powerful protagonists, breathtaking fantasy worlds, and battles that shake reality itself. Welcome to a realm where the main character doesn't just survive, they dominate. Today, we're counting down the top 10 fantasy anime with overpowered main characters. Whether you love magic, swords, or just watching enemies tremble in fear, we've got something for you. Buckle up, and let's dive in. 10. Martial magic and muscles. In this magical world, one is easily identified as having magical abilities by a distinctive mark on their face. Those unable to practice magic are swiftly exterminated to maintain the magical integrity of society. However, deep within a forest lies an anomaly in Mash Burndead, who can be found pumping iron with one arm and lifting a cream puff with the other. This aloof boy with superhuman strength, but no magical abilities, leads a quiet life with his father, far removed from society. Mash's peace is soon disturbed when the authorities discover his lack of magical powers. They issue him an ultimatum: compete to become a divine visionary, which would force everyone to accept him, or be persecuted forever. To protect his family, he enrolls in the prestigious Easton Magic Academy, which only the most elite and gifted students are allowed to attend. Now, Mash must overcome his shortcomings as a magicless being and surpass the other students, relying solely on his muscle. 9. Asen Newbie's Adventurer. Synopsis. Determined to pursue his glorious childhood dreams, 30-year-old Rick Gladiatal, a modest clerk in the Adventurers Guild, is offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity after he fatefully encounters the dark elf Rionette Elfolt. Rionette happens to be an elite adventurer of the legendary party Orichalcum Fist, whose members welcome Rick under the condition that he follow a Spartan training. 2 years later, Rick is finally ready to take the E-rank exam, officially qualifying him as an adventurer. However, raw magical power can only be developed until one turns 20. As such, Rick faces the general hostility of fellow participants and examiners alike, leaving him no choice but to show the world that his hellish training has turned him into an invincible warrior. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon. A long time ago, the ancient saviors of humanity founded a village as their haven, with their descendants said to assist humanity in times of extreme chaos. This village, Kunlun, is located just beside the infamous Last Dungeon, a place where monsters of unimaginable strength reside and which serves as the hunting grounds for Kunlun residents. Despite being accustomed to defeating powerful enemies since childhood, Lloyd Belladonna regards himself as the weakest in his village in terms of magic, strength, and intelligence. Even so, to fulfill his desire of becoming a soldier, he goes to the Kingdom of Azami to enroll in its military academy. However, as someone whose upbringing defies common sense, Lloyd's innate power might just prove to be the key to end the crises enveloping the kingdom. 7. Beast Tamer. Among all the beasts that roam the world, there are unique types of ultimate species that harbor immense strength and magical prowess considered to be at the top of the power scale. As such, many humans covet their abilities, leading some of these species to the brink of extinction. As a beast tamer, Rain Shroud can employ the assistance of various animals for many tasks, such as reconnaissance and logistics. By virtue of his ability, he joins a party led by the vile and manipulative hero Arios Orlando, only to be banished after 6 months due to his uselessness as a non-combative class. However, unbeknownst to the team that cast him away, Rain is an exception among beast tamers. His potential becomes apparent when he meets Kanade, a cat spirit who is also one of the ultimate species, and is able to form a contract with her. With Kanade by his side, Rain sets out on his journey as an adventurer, steadily rising up the ranks and meeting more ultimate species along the way. 6. Shangri-La Frontier. High school student Rakuru Hizutome has a peculiar hobby of playing poorly made games, ones that are unbalanced or are filled with so many bugs that make them borderline unplayable. The few who share his hobby might recognize him by his in-game name, Sunraku. For his next game, Rakuru is recommended Shangri-La Frontier, a popular and well-received virtual reality game as a breather from the terrible games he has been playing recently. Once he boots up the game, Rakuru decides to sell off most of his starting gear to gain extra money, leaving himself with only a pair of boxers, a bird mask, and some weapons. He is instantly hooked as he meticulously levels up his avatar. However, after encountering some intimidating monsters, he realizes that he may have underestimated the challenge that a mainstream game can offer. As Rakuru progresses, he must draw on all the skills he has perfected from his previous gaming experience. Before long, Sunraku's eccentric playstyle takes Shangri-La Frontier by storm. 5. Ragna Crimson. Said to be humanity's natural enemy, formidable dragons that belong to an ancient bloodline roam the world. Only 2 ways prove effective to kill a dragon: freezing their blood with silverine, an aura that comes from silver weapons, or letting their bodies be incinerated by sunlight. Young hunter prodigy Leonica is accompanied by her close friend Ragna, who appears to lack the skills necessary in their profession. Moreover, many shun Ragna, considering him cursed because dragons always seem to attack him and slaughter his close ones. Nevertheless, Leonica sees potential in Ragna and gladly partners up with him. Likewise, Ragna feels certain that Leonica is immune to his misfortune thanks to her incredible strength. His confidence is shaken, however, when Ragna dreams of Leonica's death, believing this to be a prophecy. As the destined day arrives, he comes face to face with his future self, who bestows him enormous power and memories from the future to ensure Leonica's safety. In order to succeed, Ragna must join forces with a mysterious figure known as Crimson and eradicate all dragons for good. For Tower of God. There is a tower that summons chosen people called regulars with the promise of granting their deepest desires, whether it be wealth, fame, authority, or something that surpasses them all. Everything awaits those who reach the top. 25th Bam is a boy who had only known a dark cave, a dirty cloth, and an unreachable light his entire life. So when a girl named Rachel came to him through the light, his entire world changed. Becoming close friends with Rachel, he learned various things about the outside world from her. But when Rachel says she must leave him to climb the tower, his world shatters around him. Vowing to follow after her no matter what it takes, he sets his sight on the tower, and a miracle occurs. Thus begins the journey of Bam, a young boy who was not chosen by the tower, but opened its gates by himself. They call his kind irregulars, beings that have shaken the very foundation of the tower each time they set foot inside it. 3. I'm quitting heroing. When Demon Queen Echidna begins her invasion of the human realm, the people turn to the hero Leo Demonheart to protect them. Blessed with insurmountable power, Leo easily repels Echidna's army, thereby saving the world. But instead of gratitude or admiration, Leo is met with disdain and scorn from his fellow humans, who fear his overwhelming strength and believe that it may eventually cause humanity's demise. Banished from the kingdom he once called home, Leo wanders aimlessly throughout the land until, one day, he hears rumors of Echidna's efforts to rebuild her army. Hoping that demonkind might accept him as an ally, he returns to the Demon Queen's castle and offers Echidna his help. Naturally, Echidna immediately rejects him. Still, not all hope is lost, as Leo manages to convince Echidna's 4 generals to let him secretly work under their supervision. Donning the identity of a masked dark knight named Onyx, Leo solves the demon army's problems one by one, gradually improving the quality of life around the castle. Above all else, however, Leo wants to accomplish one goal: to learn why Echidna started the war in the first place. 2. Misfits of Demon King Academy. In the distant past, a war between humans and demons brought about widespread chaos and bloodshed. To put an end to this seemingly endless conflict, Demon King Anos Voldegode willingly sacrificed his life, hoping to be reborn in a peaceful future. In preparation for their king's return, the demon race created the Demon King Academy, an elite institution tasked with determining Anos' identity when he reawakens. He reincarnates 2 millennia later, but to his surprise, he soon learns that the level of magic in the world has drastically waned during his absence. Moreover, when he enrolls at the academy to reclaim his rightful title, he finds out that demonkind remembers him differently. His personality, his deeds, and even his legacy are all falsified, masked beneath the name of an imposter. This lack of common knowledge renders him the academy's outlier, a misfit never before seen in history. Despite these drawbacks, Anos remains unfazed. As he sets out to uncover those altering his glorious past, he takes it upon himself to make his descendants recognize that their ruler has finally returned. 1. Solo leveling. Humanity was caught at a precipice a decade ago when the first gates, portals linked with other dimensions that harbor monsters immune to conventional weaponry, emerged around the world. Alongside the appearance of the gates, various humans were transformed into hunters and bestowed superhuman abilities. Responsible for entering the gates and clearing the dungeons within, many hunters chose to form guilds to secure their livelihoods. Sung Jinwoo is an E-rank hunter dubbed as the weakest hunter of all mankind. While exploring a supposedly safe dungeon, he and his party encounter an unusual tunnel leading to a deeper area. Enticed by the prospect of treasure, the group presses forward, only to be confronted with horrors beyond their imagination. Miraculously, Jinwoo survives the incident and soon finds that he now has access to an interface visible only to him. This mysterious system promises him the power he has long dreamed of, but everything comes at a price. And there you have it, the most OP protagonists in fantasy anime. Which one is your favorite? Did we miss an absolute powerhouse? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic anime content. See you in the next video.